Hello everyone, welcome to Digital Leaders Virtual Classroom. This tutorial is designed to help get you up and running in our Moodle classroom. In the email that accompanied this tutorial link, you should have received a link to click directly and get to Moodle. I suggest you stop the tutorial, click on the link, and bookmark it, because Moodle isn't always that easy to find. If you should find yourself lost, I'm going to show you how to find it from the District 97 homepage. So to begin with, you need to use the scroll bar at the bottom of the page, scroll all the way over, and find Staff Tools. Then, you'll need to use the scroll bar again, scroll all the way over, and find Harla Hutchinson's name. It's right down here. Harla is the administrator of Moodle, so it's listed under her name, and go ahead and click on it. Now, remember, I think you should bookmark it. Once you're on the Oak Park Moodle page, you'll need to log in. You can tell whether or not you're logged in at the top of the page, and if I was logged in, it would say my name up here. So I'm going to log in right here. You'll need to type in your username and your password. All of that information was sent to you in the same email. As soon as we log into Moodle, one of your first assignments will be to change your password, so don't worry about this password too much. Once you're there, you go ahead and click on Login. Now I'm logging in as Sherry Lenzo because I want you to see what it'll look like if you're a course participant. Okay, once you're successfully logged in, you can see that you're logged in here, and if you want to log out, you can go ahead and do it there. You can also see all of the courses that are available in Moodle. If you scroll down, we're looking for University 97 and then Digital Leaders Virtual Classroom. Now, you need an enrollment password the very first time you log in. The enrollment password is actually the course number, which is CO363-1, and that was also sent to you in an email. So go ahead and type that in and click on Enroll Me in this course. Oops, looks like there was a typo. Let me try again. And success. Now, I want to give you a brief overview of this virtual classroom format so you know how to get yourself started. Remember, the first thing we need to do is take care of some housekeeping tasks, and then we'll move on to the designated work that we're going to do, which is to design some activities and review them. In case you're new to Moodle, I just wanted to point out that there are three columns. The most important column is this middle column. This is where all of your activities will be listed. If I scroll down, you can see they're all here. Okay, now on the left you have some links that you can click on if you wanted to check assignments in a different way or check the forums. If you check on participants, you can see who's enrolled in the class. And on the right, there are some other things. You can see if something new was added. I think that's a nice feature. You can also see the assignments that are there, and fairly soon you'll be able to click on a link here to send someone a message. That's not activated now, but it will be by the time you get into the Moodle system. So your startup tasks for your first session are very simple. First of all, I want to point out that I put this visual here to remind you to write down the time that you start each session every time you start working. You can jot that down on a piece of paper, use a post-it note on your computer, but you'll want to have that handy because at the end of every session you're going to need to fill out a work log, which is pretty brief. You mark down the time you started, the time you finished, and what you did. That's just a record to keep track of the work that you've done. You can access that by clicking on this pencil right here, and at the bottom of each module it's going to remind you to do that work log. Okay, besides for that, the startup tasks are listed under section number 1. Please make sure that you go all the way through them in order. So the first thing you should do is review what the participation requirements were, just in case you have any questions, and then you'll see 4 assignments. These are fairly easy. You'll need to change your password, add a picture to your profile page, introduce yourself through a forum, and then do your activity log. And the last thing you'll need to do is to join our Cool Tools wiki. we will be building our activities in a wiki and not in Moodle. So if you'll join it now, then I can approve it. So the next time you log in, you should be able to create the first activity. The last thing I want to show you is about the forum, assignment 2. We'll be using some forums here, and this is the way it looks. Wanted to explain. Here's the basic introduction, and then each of the different discussions are down here. You can see there's only one discussion now. If you wanted to add your own discussion, and I encourage that, click here to add a new discussion topic. But right now I added a discussion about introductions, and this is just a place for you to tell us who you are. This is who I am. Go ahead and click reply, and you'll come to a familiar text editor, just like an email or a blog. Make it bold, do whatever you'd like here, and then go ahead and click post to forum, and that will show up. It's not going to do it now, but that will show up underneath mine, and that's just a quick way for us to get to know who's in the class right now. Again, if you want to, you can add your own forum. And the final thing is I want to talk to you about navigation here. Navigation is up at the top of every page. Can be a little tricky to get around. If you get lost, just always return to the class, and you'll come back to the main screen. So that's all for now, just a basic introduction to our Moodle classroom. I hope you find these activities easy, and if you don't, please contact me to let me know what you're struggling with. Thanks.